A gray and a wet day turning into kind of a gray and a wet evening down here on Front Street. Will you need the umbrella this weekend? That's the key question. I'm going to tell you a little later when we go to the forecast. First, entertainment, the comic book kind. Swinging into town just in time for the weekend. Thousands of dedicated comic book fans. It is the Canadian National Comic Book Expo. And as Tracy Moore reports now, two brothers from this city aim to transform this gathering.
They might look like a bunch of kids horsing around with video games. Well, actually they are. But believe it or not, they're also conducting serious research, coming up with new ideas for Dreamwave Productions, makers of the hottest comic book in the continent.
We're the #1 selling comic book right now. We also hit the #2 spot as well. Both of them are Transformers.
Remember these? Both the cartoon and the toy ruled the toy store markets in the early 80s. Hasbro sold Dreamwave the comic license a few years back. And now these two brothers are raking in over $1 million a year. Money being spent on fast cars and fancy toys.
When the book came out, first day or second day, it was sold out. So we were like, wow, I think we're doing something right.
But it's
millions and millions of warriors.
It's hard work.
But making comics isn't all fun and games. Both brothers have shown a business acumen well beyond their 20-something years, successfully marketing a product out of small-town Markham to a growing audience around the world.
We started off with like 7 people, and now we're about 40 to 45, and we're steadily growing.
But even as the cartoon business grows, it's a challenge to attract the younger buyers.
A lot of children don't even know what comic books are. It's surprisingly, it's like weird because when we collected comics, everybody talked about comic books. Because of the introduction of video games, a lot of the kids, they're more focused into buying video games.
That's why no one at Dreamwave is over 29, a young staff that'll keep the cool ideas flowing. Now, for all you comic lovers out there, you can see the makers of the Transformer comic face-to-face tomorrow at the Canadian Comic Book Expo. That's happening right across the street from us at the Metro Convention Centre. Last year, 15,000 people came out, and this year organizers are expecting about the same.
Probably be a dream come true. All you want to see is their business plan.
Yeah.
Show me how you did it.
Exactly. These kids are raking in millions. So.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be a big draw. Who else is going to draw them in this weekend? Any big celebrities we can look for?
Lots of big sci-fi names. You're going to see Data from the whole Star Trek phenomenon. You're going to see Billy D. Williams, who was in the Star Wars films. You're also going to see Joe and Andy Kubert, and they are the makers of The Amazing Spider-Man and the X-Men comics. And last but not least, Xander from Buffy. He'll be there.
Certainly not least.
So obviously worth going.
You bet. Thanks, Tracy. Sounds like great fun. Well, from comic books to books without pictures, we're going to check in now with Downtown Store Pages Books and Magazines for a look at the hot reads this August.